What's up, everybody? We got another episode with me and Ryan. Today, we are going to talk about product analysis, really finding the right customer for the right product. So, what's up, Ryan? How are we doing today?
Yo, doing good, man. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing good, dude. Thanks. How's Colorado treating you?
It's good. It's good. Summer's starting, things are opening, so it's nice. People are talking about going to shows and whatnot, so that's cool.
Whoa, that feels like life again.
Yeah, I just had a friend from college from like back in the day message me this morning and was like, "Hey, someone's playing at Red Rocks. Like, I'm coming out."
Yes.
And I'm like, "Yes." Red Rocks
Yes.
is like supposed to be one of the best venues in the game.
Oh, that's epic.
Yeah, it's in Colorado. It's in these like rock structures and they play projections on the rocks and there's like the speakers like reflect off of it because you're in this like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a super popular one.
That sounds so sick. My
Yeah.
roommate is a gig performer and he's in a band, a reggae band, and he has played a couple shows recently, the last 2 weeks, and he's playing a festival that's coming in a couple weeks. So I think just judging by those two things, the world might be opening up a little bit. So let's cross our fingers and hope that that continues.
Yeah.
But today's topic for us is going to be product analysis. So when Ryan, when you got a certain product and you're trying to find the certain people to buy it, how do you do an analysis on each product?
Okay. So before I released my first product, I was doing a bunch of just like searching on Google and on YouTube, just like looking at what products are good to sell and different like I listen to a lot of podcasts of the different business people and whatnot, and they talk about different stipulations they go by when looking for a product to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And there were a few that really stuck out to me that I was like, oh man, it's a pretty obvious like route I should take. And unless you know a product or you have a product you're passionate about that you want to sell,
Mm-hmm.
if you're just looking if you're looking for a product, it's like then you could go by these terms.
Uh-huh.
But if you're like making something, it might not follow them, but whatever. So you could still sell it.
Yeah.
So yeah, some things for my first product, which was in the marijuana community, that one, a couple things I wanted to go by before I released that product. I had some main points.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one that comes to my head is just the size. So I was ordering this product in mass quantity, thousands of them. Um, and if you're going to order 1,000 things from a manufacturer, it's going to have to get shipped, and depending where that product is coming from, shipping gets really expensive. Even if it's close, if you're shipping, 1,000 laundry baskets, I don't know, or I guess you could probably get those pretty small, but things that have significant weight and size, that just brings up the price a lot, and it's a
So
lot more to
much.
deal with.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're keeping the product at your home, that's also annoying. You don't want to have, a whole area of just things, boxes in your house. So yeah, when looking for my first product, I would say the first thing I looked at, I was like, all right, size and weight. I
Size
want to,
and weight. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I eliminated, a pretty good portion of things I could possibly sell right there. Anything that's bigger than a book, probably
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really want to try. And I was starting with not a lot of money. So I'm like, if I'm going to have a upfront shipping cost that's really expensive, that's a hard initial requirement to meet.
Yeah, honestly, I love selling Pokemon cards because of the weight is
Perfect.
so light. I pay like $2.70 every time I have to ship a card, and it's in a really small envelope. And something that I've noticed with eBay, if my product is over 13 ounces, then I have to use priority shipping. But if it's under 13 ounces, you can use a UPS first class mail, which first class is only like $4 to $6 on eBay. Now, then you go up to priority mail, then you're going to be paying like $8 to $15. So the size and weight really does matter. Now the dimensions also are another thing. Pokemon cards really small; you can fit it in, a letter size envelope. But I think the size and weight is what you mentioned to be your first categories of kind of like when you're looking in your product analysis. Those are two very important ones. So with other than those two kind of specs for the product, what are other specs that you really pay attention to?
Yeah. So another one that was a big one is like, there's a term for it. I can't really recall it right now, but like the reuse factor. So for instance, let's say I have coffee here. You drink coffee, right? You go to wherever you get your coffee from. You get a tin of coffee or however you
Mhm.
get it. You use the coffee and you drink it all, and then 2 weeks later, you're gonna get more coffee. So you go back to that. You have that same coffee place you always go to, and it's a returning customer.
Mhm.
And compared to, like, let's say I have this mouse here for controlling my computer. I buy it once. It
Mhm.
may break 3 or 4 years from now, but they're not going to get any of my business probably for 3 to 4 years.
Mhm.
So that was another really crucial thing I wanted to find. So I was like, all right, small product from when I was looking for my first product. And then I'm like, small products, so shipping's inexpensive. And then I want to have a returning customer. So when they use my product, I want them to be like, hey, that's a good price for a product. It's a good
Mhm.
product. I'm going to use this, 2 weeks later. I'm going to use this, every two
Mhm.
weeks. They rebuy my product. Um, and that's a really cool one because at that point, you don't have to expand your marketing as much. When you expand your marketing for, let's say, a mouse like this, it's like you have to get every new customer.
That's
So it's
true.
like, yeah, you go on vacation for a month. Let's say if you're running it all by yourself and you don't do any social media, no advertisement,
Mhm.
your sales will probably plummet because no one's hearing the word about or seeing this online. Um, and when you have a product that they already are going to be coming back to, like, every 2 weeks or so,
Mhm.
it allows your, like, the growth of your company to just always go up because, you're not here for a month or whatever. If something happens, um, it's not a big deal because you have all these customers that you already got over the past however long you've been running your business. And
Mhm.
yeah, they come back to you every 2 weeks, so you're just always growing.
Definitely, and that works. That piggybacks off of a previous episode that we did, which was talking about engaging with the customers, and so if you really do strong customer engagement, somebody buys your product, you send them a cool email, then maybe they buy it again, then you say, hey, thanks again, it's another cool email, then all of a sudden, you built loyalty, but then they need to buy this product maybe every couple of weeks, every month, or every week or something. So if you build loyalty, it really comes in handy when it's a product they need to frequently buy, and if they like you, they're going to keep buying it from you instead of going down um, to somewhere else online or down to Walmart or something.
Yeah, that specific like rule to go by, I guess, or I guess it's not a rule. That could be really difficult. Anything you're making by hand, it's like it's probably not going to be getting reused too often. If you're creating a piece of unique art, it's probably
Mm-hmm.
not going to be, it's not going to follow those qualifications.
That's
So
true.
yeah, it's not a mandatory one, but like if you're a business head, your entrepreneurial head is just like, I want to make
Mm-hmm.
as much money the best way possible. Probably look for, probably
Mm-hmm.
try to go along that route.
And where there is a good, you could have a good mix. What
Hmm.
inventory do you have? It's good to, in my mind, I'm thinking of the inventory that I have, and I have some products that are small, lightweight, frequently needing use, like a shampoo bar or a soap bar. Like people, if they're
That's
washing
great.
their bodies, they're gonna use those, up every maybe two to 3 weeks, and then hopefully come back and buy another soap bar, shampoo bar. So and then there's bigger products that bigger weight that might not be as frequently needed. You might only need to purchase a towel once every 5 years. So it's good to maybe have some inventory that is fits for both purposes.
Yeah, without a doubt, the shampoo bar that's an excellent,
Hmm.
that's right on there. That's small. It's probably pretty lightweight. And then it's also the audience or your customer base is probably going to reuse it if they like it, which, if you're putting it out, they probably should. It should be a good product.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, that's an excellent, yeah, example there.
Hmm.
without a doubt.
Is there any other categories? So we talked about weight, size,
Hmm.
reusability, and frequency of use. What was another thing?
Another favorite thing, this might go under like an audience type of question, but having a similar product to, let's say you have your first product, whatever it is, let's say it's a shampoo soap bar. You're gonna be, let's say you're selling it for however long. And you're like, okay, I'm selling it, it's going well. I have this audience, like I'm also selling it on Instagram. So I have all these people that I've been messaging, that like it or have used it or I've given free samples to. Is like you don't want to build all that up just for that one product. So something I went by when starting my both my disc golf business and my the marijuana community business, when it came to like expanding and going on to my second product, I was like, I need to use, that whole audience base. I can't just start a new product. Like there's other things I want to put out that are totally unrelated to my two like areas that I'm at right now.
Uh,
But I'm like, I have this huge audience on Instagram. I have like Etsy, a website already. So I want to put related products.
related. So you got this audience, so you're saying like maybe put a product out there that's kind of associated with your product. So if I'm selling shampoo bars, then maybe it's strategic for me to then put out like um, obviously soap, but then maybe for example, what I have is beard oil,
Yeah,
another bathroom product. So all of a sudden, it's like, oh, you're using shampoo, and while you're in the bathroom, you might want to put beard oil on. So also here's beard oil, and that's like what Amazon and eBay and Facebook, they take that your data and say, oh, you are buying this and liking this and looking at this. Well, maybe you also want to buy a tent because you're always looking at outdoor photos. Maybe you want to buy a sleeping bag. But us, we're entrepreneurs. We're doing all this on our own. We have to notice these trends and like, oh, well, these shampoo bars are doing really well. Let's offer them beard oil and let's offer them chapstick. Um, and so for your case in the disc golf, you might want to offer them like, I don't know, towels to wipe their discs or cool disc golf T-shirts or I don't know, hats that disc golf logos or something like that.
sure. So I could just use an example, like you were saying for my disc golf one. I think last time we've talked, I only had two products here. I had those mini markers that I was making out of epoxy resin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, those are going really good. It's around Father's Day right now, so it's like that's a big gift.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty up there on Etsy. Like if you type in disc golf Father's Day gift, I'm on the first page. So I've been getting a lot of
nice.
custom orders for that. Um, but I have those. I have the chalk bags, which are basically, you put them in your hand and it's like a grip sack with chalk that'll like stop like sweaty hands from when you have the disc. So I had those two. And then I'm like, all right, well, those are all up on my website. Those are up on Amazon. Those are up on Etsy. Time to, move it along. Let's get some new things. So I've been looking at some new products. And I was just searching on Amazon for different disc golf products that I see, when out
Mm.
there playing. And one is a disc golf retriever. So think of it like when you're golfing, normal golf, you lose a ball in the water, you have this long stick that folds up to fit in your backpack, and you pull it out, you pull it out, you pull it out, and you're able to get your golf ball. You
Mm.
need the
Oh
same
yeah.
thing with the disc. People, it happens a lot. It'll go in water, or high up in a tree. It gets stuck in trees all the time. And I've seen multiple people use them. Um, and the one I'm using right now, or that I just purchased, so I have 500 coming to my place of living. It's in the process of being manufactured. They're like, a foot. They fit in your disc golf backpack, and they expand out to 14 feet. Um, and they have a little hook at the end, so if your
Ah,
disc is in a tree,
okay.
it's a related
Smart.
product. They're small. It's not too hard to ship. You just stick 500 of them in a box.
Mhm.
So it kind of, I mean, it's not the lightest product and it's not reusable. So it didn't follow those two things we said, but it's a related product.
Mhm.
So when somebody goes on to my website and they're like, oh, I came here because I know he makes these cool like epoxy resin custom mini markers. Oh, he also has disc golf chalk bags. Oh, he also has, the extended pull thing.
Mhm.
And I was looking on Amazon and there's like one person on there that is selling something pretty similar and he's selling it way overpriced and his whole page is a mess. Like he's not getting any. any traction. He's not getting anybody coming. So I'm feeling pretty confident about this one.
Oh, yes. All right, there you go. That was super, super wise. And that last minute right there, if I could just recap what you just said you looked at your competition, they had overpriced product. You looked at the exact product that you're selling on Amazon and see related products. And then you're like, oh, if people are coming to you for a disc golf product, they'll probably also want another disc golf product. And then you put it on your website. You made sure it had a better price than your customers, and you just purchased 500 because you think it's going to go good. I think right there, that's a great lesson for anybody who's selling things online. Look at your customer stuff, do product analysis, size, weight. What is the usage? How often are people needing to buy this? I mean, I think that's a great analysis to go off of. So,
Yeah,
and
one more thing that just
words,
popped
yeah,
in my head before we go.
yeah.
Use the product, use the product. You
Oh,
you
true.
want to be, you don't want to be selling. I mean, you could sell stuff to other people that you don't use, but at least for me, I've noticed every product I've sold, I use it. And when you use it, you know it. And when you use it, it's like there's it's not you're not guessing that people are going to use it. It's like if you use it, there's millions of people probably that would be down to use it. You're not taking a guess like I think people would like that. It's like I
True.
like it, so I know that there's going to be a good percentage of people that like it.
Very good point. That has to be in the product analysis category. Definitely use the product. If you're gonna drop ship, buy one of them and definitely use it before that. You don't want to send out anything
Yep.
unquality. Heck yeah. I also do use our shampoo, our soaps, our boot oils. I love all our products, clean ingredients. But anyways, we'll wrap this up. Thanks again, Ryan. That was great. Product analysis episode.
Yeah, yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, that was good. Look forward to seeing you guys at the next episode. Like, subscribe, do all the good stuff, and we'll see you later, y'all. Peace.
Peace.